Hello Aries and welcome to Soul Sundays. We're going to have a look at the energy surrounding you from Sunday the 10th of February for mind, body and soul. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Aries. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Can I have 3 cards, please? One for mind, one for body and soul, starting with the mind. Okay, so about a whole stack fell out, so I'm going to pop them back. Let's see what comes up. Eddie, can I have 1 card, please? For Aries for their mindset. Once again, a whole stack. Okay, I'm going to take them all. Interesting. How are you guys doing? Because it was a pretty intense week for me. For those that don't know, I'm an Aries moon and an Aries rising. So I really felt the energy this week as we moved away from that new moon in Aquarius. 1 card, please, for body. 2 again, Aries. Can you stop hogging all the messages? Okay. And then 1 for soul. I'm going to just adjust the camera in a minute so you can see. 1 card for soul, please. Aries soul. Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy. You got the card of potential. So I'm just going to adjust this camera. I've moved all my little crystals back further when I was cleaning the table. So what was really weird was when I was clearing the decks, getting ready to do these readings, I saw the potential card and I've actually never pulled it. And I went, I wonder if that's going to come out today. And then bam, first reading for Aries and it pops up. How crazy is that? Okay, interesting. So as I said, the energy for me, and as I said, Aries moon, Aries rising this week was pretty intense. And I think it has a lot to do with, obviously, the way the planets are changing, but in particular, the big shift is with Uranus and where it's going. And I feel like that's putting a lot of focus on where you're at, Aries, and kind of where you're shifting. You know, a lot of people tend to overlook Aries and their emotional and mental state because we are so strong. We can kind of like pull everything together. And what frustrates me about that is it's irrelevant on someone's emotional strength about whether they're having a tough time or not. And sometimes I feel like because Aries are naturally so entrepreneurial and you're always kind of like the leader of the pack and out there taking charge, people tend to rely upon that a lot. So when you're going through a bit of change, it's often difficult to find out who's your tribe. But if the planetary alignments had any kind of effect on you like they did me, I really feel like for the past month you've kind of found who your tribe is. You've found who your people are. You've kind of found, you know, your place and your, as I said, your tribe. And I say that because in terms of mindset, you've got 3 cards that came out. The first one is the 6 of Angels for transition. Then you've got the King of Stars or the Alchemist. And then you have the Magician. So really powerful energy, you know, and for me, this speaks a lot to what I was saying. I feel like you've gone through this massive change, transformation, transition. I mean, you've got the card there literally saying transition, but you've gone through this whole phase of really trying to figure out, you know, who you are and where you're going. The 6 of Angels is the 6 of Swords in this particular deck, right? 6 of Swords in traditional tarot speaks about moving on from painful situations, painful things that have kind of held us back. And what's really interesting is that often it takes a lot of guts for us to leave things behind. And for some of you, if not the majority of you that I'm speaking to that are watching these videos, I feel like you've left some friendships behind, maybe even some family members who aren't aligned to who you really are and where you're going and what your passion is. This card can also speak about travel. So maybe you're gearing up to do some travel this week. Maybe you're preparing to take yourself overseas, and this week is a lot about mental focus and trying to align yourself in doing that. But, you know, the key words of this card when it comes to the 6 of Angels is travel, movement through difficulties like transition, right? Change. And it says, An angel of change works her charm like a gentle warm sea breeze to gradually move you away from setbacks and restore your soul. You will soon see beyond a difficulty. Amen to that. All right, so the meaning. The Six of Angels ushers in change. There are better things on the horizon. Even if you can't see them at the moment, know they're on their way. There is a move, metaphorically or physically, into the unknown. Take one stride at a time, but you must take a step. Let the momentum of each small step carry you further forward. This change is for the better. Whether you are traveling, moving house, or journeying within, embrace this change to open yourself to the full range of possibilities. Now, Aries, I don't know if I mentioned it in your annual forecast. If you haven't seen it, I will put a link at the end. But there's a lot going on for you psychically this month, okay? There's a lot of movement in your 12th house. And that speaks a lot to where you are in terms of your soul connection with spirit, what you're trying to achieve. More importantly, kind of like shedding one mask to become the true you. I'll come back to the King of Stars in a moment, but I want to focus on the Magician, right? So Major Arcana, the Magician, and it represents impulse. I'm going to find it in the book so I can read it to you. But for me, the Magician comes straight after the zero, the Fool, the beginning, right? And the Fool represents the sign of Aries. But the Magician's that person that can actually manifest anything. I love the combination of these two cards for you when it comes to mindset this week, okay? Because for me, it's literally leaving this ship behind and moving forward with this new renewed clarity and focus. And what's really beautiful is, as you guys know, I'm quite visual and I always look for symbolism in colors and numbers, but look at the colors. Look at how you almost take this energy, and there is pain and suffering in this, okay? So even from when I did your last soul reading, I think it was all about asking for help and needing to get help and speak up, which is not always easy to do. Now this is really like, look at the transformation of the butterfly. So it's a transition from this to now you're empowered again. And you know, Aries, one of the best things about our sign is when we feel empowered and inspired, then creative action just comes forth. It blooms, right? When we feel stuck and kind of held back, we can stay in that energy for quite some time. So I'm loving that I can see like these. Look at this butterfly, these wings, these angelic wings, and then they're coming from the center of you as you go through into the card of impulse. Now, impulse, or the Magician, speaks about, as I said, creativity, manifestation in traditional tarot. In this particular deck, it speaks about willpower, strategy, and flexibility. So whatever this shit is that you're leaving behind, I really feel like you found the strength within you to go forward this week, Aries. And the card says your energy draws knowledge and experience towards you. Choose what feels good and leave the rest on the path. Whew, a little bit deep. The Magician reveals what you seek is seeking you. The universe feels your energy and impulses and brings evidence of this to you. We sometimes call these synchronicities fate or destiny. However, all comes to you as a gift of choice. You are able to transform any circumstance. Your quest may take you into formal or spiritual study. You may be prompted to read a book, seek a teacher, or reflect on your life to learn from your experiences. Whatever is happening in your daily life, you can respond with a transformative tool of love. So this is exactly what I was saying to you before. There's a lot going on psychically for you in your 12th house right now. And it may even be that you've been going through this transition, not just this week, but for at least the past 7 or 8 years, and now you're finally finding this inner strength, you know, the butterflies, that the renewal. What came out with it as well is the King of Stars. So it's really interesting that you pull out a court card with your mindset for this week, because this is the King of Wands. This does represent Aries, right? So I really feel like this is your energy. In this particular book, it speaks about you know, normally the King of Wands is someone, or the King of Stars in this deck, is someone who's like passionate, charismatic, you know, really like out to go get their goals. And I really do think this is representing you, Aries, and your mindset for this week. In this book, it speaks about someone who's honest and acting from a place of pure consciousness. They tend to be educated, very friendly, you know, almost like a fatherly figure. So what's cool is I feel like as you go through this transition and you're manifesting this new you, it's like if you have a look, there's almost tears in his eyes. You're kind of letting go of a lot of stuff that's weighed you down. And I said this before, friends, family, people that I feel like you need to let go of. It says, the title of this card is The Alchemist, right? So very similar to the Magician, someone who's manifesting, master manifestor, bringing it all into them. And the meaning says, all is consciously transforming into love. Allow all blocks and barriers to be burnt away to reveal your philosopher's stone. Whew. The King of Stars has arrived. Ah! This person is larger than life, energetic, charismatic, and maybe a leader of some sort. That's you, Aries. You are the bomb. You are the leader, right? They can see your potential and will help you uncover it. Your dreams and desires are beyond your comfort zone, and this person will certainly push you towards this place. That's you, Aries. You're pushing yourself, yeah? They see your ability to be more. Perhaps they have been where you are now. You have asked for inspiration, and so here it is. Are you ready to transform, to become who you know you can be? Wow, well, shut the front door. What was I saying about transforming and letting things go? It's really going to be your time to shine, Aries. And as we're getting closer and closer to your birthday month, getting away from Aquarius and Pisces, I really feel like as we get to, March and April, you're going to be just full steam ahead. And I can't wait to be doing your readings. Interestingly enough, this is why I love using different decks. When I asked about the cards for body, right? So what are the messages for body? You got two, of course, because you're greedy. One's about relationship and the other's about massage. So I'll just focus on relationship because I feel like this flows. As I said, I feel like for a lot of you, you are transitioning out of one way of being and transitioning into another. And some of that has meant that you've had to drop certain friendships and family members. Even if you haven't consciously told them, I feel like you're pulling your energy away and investing it somewhere else. It's okay to do that, all right? It's okay to realize that just because someone's in your life doesn't mean that they're necessarily fulfilling and doesn't mean that they're going to help you on the path to greatness, okay? And if this is relating to you, it might not be. It could be for some of you. I mean, there's a lot of messages of love here, and I am going to be doing the love reading soon, but it could be that for some of you, this is a week of love, of connecting to another fire sign and really manifesting a new beginning, having the potential to begin. But I feel like from a mind, body, spirit point of view, mind, body, soul, this is really about other people's influence in your life, okay? And the meaning of this card says, there you go. This card speaks of another person's influence upon the situation in question. Archangel Raphael helps you with all forms of healing, including emotional healing within relationships. He sends you this card to indicate that he's assisting you with relationship and health issues, especially when both are entwined. Raphael can help you maintain clear and loving communication with other people, as well as resolve misunderstandings from the past. After all, the healing angel knows the health benefits of a heart that's filled with love, peace, and compassion. For some of you, as I said, it's that you're shedding, letting go of people that just don't actually vibe with you anymore, and that's okay. It's okay to do that, all right? It's okay to kind of let that through. And for others of you, I feel like this is kind of new love that's coming through, budding through, because you're raising your vibration. You've done a lot of this work of transition, of letting go, of coming into your own, of manifesting a new beginning, which is just incredible. Now, other specific meanings are a message about a new romantic relationship's coming, a new person will help you be willing to forgive the person. So if there is someone that has wronged you, you can reconcile and forgive them. It doesn't mean you have to move forward with them, okay? It's a big lesson, one that I'm still trying to learn myself. Now, you also got, this is going to be quite a long reading for you guys, but it's obviously important. Ask your body for a message. So for some of you, I feel like whatever it is that's been holding you back physically, this is saying that you need to actually speak to your body. Okay, this sounds a bit far-fetched, right? But if you meditate, if you have any kind of meditative practice, then this is a perfect moment for you to go within and go, okay, what's the most important message you need to know? 9 times out of 10, you'll be intuitive enough and you will know. But when you ask that question, if you just sit really still and listen to the voice that comes up, you will find what needs to be healed. It's a bit corny, this card. It talks about be willing to accept your body, forgive your body, talk honestly about your fears, your desires and your feelings, and also think about health in a positive term. So it could just be that you're not even noticing what's going on with you physically because you're so mentally focused at the moment, Aries, in this week, and focused on your relationships, particularly after that transition and that new moon that came through in Aquarius. All right, potential. I'm really excited to read this for you, for your soul, for this week. You ready? Still with me? All energy can be harnessed and used in a myriad of ways. Just as elite athletes learn to use nervous energy to better their performance, it is up to you to draw on the energy stored in a negative experience to fuel your motivation. Use whatever life sends you to your advantage. Use that to fuel your motivation, determination, or creativity. You can sit on the potential within you, or you can release it. It is your choice. It is not a matter of circumstance, ability, of worthiness. Convert a possibility into reality and harness the potential within. Amazing reading, Aries. I hope you found it helpful. It looks like it's going to be a cracker of the week. Lots of transition coming through. You're really stepping into your own. And I feel like by the time we get to your birthday month, you're going to be shining this incredible light. I hope you found this reading helpful. If you did, please hit the like button. It helps the channel more than you know. And I'll be back with you next week. Take care.